Hello, everyone. Good to see you again. It always amazes me how time zaps by in a busy world. I believe you're all doing very well. Welcome to my channel. In our last video, we talked about the Internet of Things and how that technology is set to revolutionize the world. I believe you folks out there have had some time to think about the Internet of Things. Many thanks to those of you who reached out to me to know more. Great stuff. Let's keep the conversation going. We will come back to the topic of the Internet of Things in the future to review its applications and potential uses in Nigeria. But however, today we are going to be talking about the enabling concept of big data. The Internet of Things generate data. Our social media activities generate data. Industrial machines, our computers, healthcare systems, communication systems, and the rest of our internet activities all generate data. And from this massive and continuous data stream comes the term big data. So what is big data? Is this just another buzz phrase? What does it really mean? Well, it's not complicated, okay? Big data is just data, but large amounts of it. It's not just large though, it's also varying tremendously. At the same time, its speed of change and updates and increase is very high. And finally, we need to trust the data. It needs to be accurate. I've just mentioned the 4 attributes that define big data. They are volume, variety, velocity, and veracity, also known as the 4 V's of big data. If you understand what these 4 V's are about, then you have a good view of the meaning and ramifications of big data. So at the end of this video today, if you leave with anything, it must be a good understanding of volume, variety, velocity, and veracity, or the 4 V's of big data. Okay, let's delve into the 4 V's of big data. Let's start with volume. Volume is the amount of data generated and available. Today, it is massive. IBM estimated that 90% of the data in the world today were generated in the last 2 years. And experts say that every day, like in 2015, the world generated 2.5 exabytes of data. Exabytes? This is 2.5 quintillion bytes of data. Quintillion? That's 2.5 by 10 raised to the power of 18. I know this is difficult to imagine, so don't even try. You can try later, but for now, stay with me. Yeah. So big data generally refers to data that has very large size. You don't need to have all 2.5 exabytes or quintillion bytes of big data to have big data. If you have data much more than you are able or have been managing in the past, then believe me, you have big data. Especially if the other attributes are there. And what's the other attribute? Velocity. Velocity is the rate of change of data. Velocity is about data in motion. Imagine how many Facebook posts there are every second. Then think about Twitter feeds, Instagram photos, Snapchat and YouTube videos that are posted each second, as well as the number of people watching the videos, responding to Facebook posts, sending SMS messages, clicking on advertisements, browsing to their favorite websites, and so on. All of these activities generate new, massive amounts of data. It has been reported that Facebook users alone upload over 900 million photos every day, millions and millions of bytes of data every second. If you are managing this data, you will need systems and hardware that can store and retrieve the data as fast as they are generated. This is not an easy task, I must tell you. The third attribute of big data is variety. Big data thrives on unstructured data, and unstructured data is data that when it arrives at your system does not obey any predefined rules. They don't come like structured data in nice table rows and columns and database formats for SQL queries. They come in all forms like emails, tweets, photos, videos, tweets. Oh, I said tweets already, and telemetry devices from IoT systems. It can therefore be a major undertaking to accept, process, derive, and utilize information from such high variety of data. The fourth attribute of big data is veracity. With so much data coming at us at high speed and in different forms, the veracity or accuracy of the data becomes a big and important issue. Can you trust that your IoT sensors are correctly reading and transmitting the temperature and pressures in your industrial applications? Are the posts on WhatsApp, Facebook, and Twitter true, or are they fake news? When you analyze this data, then can you trust the insights you get from them? So, an important attribute of big data is the veracity of the data sources. As you know, garbage in is what? Garbage out. So if you process big data, you must take steps to ensure that the data sources are accurate. Okay, that is it for today. A bit heavy, I guess. But if you need to rewind and go through this video again, please do. We will be using the principles of big data for attributes in the future, in our future discussions, and it's a great primer to your understanding of the concept. So once again, don't forget to click the subscribe button so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos. And please send those questions and comments my way. I will be glad to keep responding to your queries. Thank you and bye-bye.